Hello guys, my name is Holmes, I am a gamer, and first off, an apology. It's been a busy week and as such I've been unable to upload a video. But as is the way, some information has come to light which has inspired me to sit in front of a mic and have a word with you. And there's quite a lot of information to get through, so in the description I'm going to put some timestamps so that you can skip to whichever parts of the video you are particularly interested in. But let's crack on. In 2009, Arkham Asylum took the gaming world by storm. Previous Batman titles has always failed to capture the Dark Knight's real theme and message, but Asylum thrashed all expectations and won award after award. Following from this success, Rocksteady made a sequel called Arkham City in 2011, which gave players a more freeing experience from the confines of Arkham Island, and instead opened a large area of Gotham City's slums and underworld for players to explore. The task, therefore, of making the next game in the Arkham franchise fell to a new developer, WB Montreal. And with a new developer often brings new ideas, intentions, and recently news has emerged of the next Arkham game, and that is what I'm here to share with you today. Arkham Origins is set to release on the 25th of October 2013, which is only about 6 months from now, so we can expect a large flood of information over the next few months. I'll be talking more about this release date a little bit later on in the video because I have some thoughts about it, but we'll skip to the parts that people are actually interested in, the gameplay and the story. It's been stated that players will have access to all of Gotham City, spread out over 2 islands, New and Old Gotham. Little information is about of New Gotham right now, but I would assume that's more of a business district, maybe with Wayne Tower in the centre. But we do know that Old Gotham will feature such sites as the Amusement Mile, maybe Crime Alley, and very hopefully Wayne Manor, preferably with a fully explorable Batcave. The Montreal team are trying to maintain the world density seen in Arkham City, while still expanding the map to about twice the size that we saw from the previous title. It's a good thing, therefore, that they're introducing a quick travel system. This will allow players to call in the Batwing and use it to travel to certain destinations. Assuming, however, that the player has destroyed certain radio towers around the city which block the signal to the Batwing. This is kind of similar to the Far Cry 3 system, however each tower has its own challenge. Certain skills or equipment might be needed to take them down, and some of these skills / equipment will only be available later on in the game, so you can't use the fast travel to everywhere straight off the bat. With this open city comes a new GCPD. Arkham City, as the name suggests, is set when the Dark Knight is first starting out. As such, the police cannot always be relied upon to act as friends, and maybe even as hostiles. It can be assumed that a portion of the game will be spent developing the relationship between Captain, Jim Gordon, and the Batman. As well as this open world, features such as Crime in Progress will allow random incidents to happen throughout the city that you can assist in to gain reputation. No word yet as to what gaining reputation will bring, but my first thought about it was that it increases the level of fear thought by your opponents during a fight, maybe making them easier to defeat. Or in fact, insisting that maybe they want to run away from a fight instead of fighting you. That could be quite an interesting dynamic. As well as Crime in Progress, there are Most Wanted side quests, which will allow Batman to hunt down some of the wanted criminals away from the main story. This links in with the game's increased emphasis on Batman's detective skills, as players will be able to analyse clues and investigate crime scenes, and over time these clues are brought together to unlock a full video narrative, which will explain what happened at that crime scene. In most cases, these side missions will provide upgrades to Batman's arsenal, via XP for levelling up, equipment or combat. In terms of the Bat arsenal, we know many old mechanics like glide kicking, jumping between gargoyles, and detective mode will return. We've also heard of some new equipment, like the remote claw, which can pull 2 objects together. As well as that, we can assume fan favourites like the Batarang, the remote Batarang, the grapnel, and exploding gel will return. Now, the big thing, plot. We know that Batman is just starting out in this game, and we're told he's already off to a bad start. Black Mask, one of Batman's oldest and most enterprising villains, has put a bounty on Batman's head. Why he's done that, we don't know. However, the bounty is substantial enough to encourage 8 assassins to venture to Gotham and try to kill the Batman. We know that Deathstroke will be one of these assassins, and we can only guess at the others. Personally, I assume that Deadshot will feature, as well as Penguin, who we've been told is in the game. Penguin is always looking for a way to make money, so it would assume that he would come in to try and kill the Bat. Other assassins in the Batman series include people like Bane, who after the success of the Dark Knight Rises series, seems like a logical choice of character. Also featured in the game is the Joker, and a heavy part of the story of this game is said to be his origin and how Batman was responsible in part for it. I'm intending to do a separate video for each character detailing who they are and how I assume they'll fit into the story. Those should be up on my channel at some point, so check back to see those. But when I do upload them, you should be able to find a link somewhere in the description. Now, a final word on the release date to end this video. 25th of October of this year. It seems funny to me that the game's going to come out just a few months before the expected date of the new consoles. I would have assumed, therefore, that the game developers would have wanted to play on the superior processing power of the next-gen consoles to get a more detailed and graphically exciting game. But I'm not going to be the person who complains about an earlier release date. You can expect a lot of videos from me on about this game. I'm very excited about it. Right up until release I'll be making videos, and then probably a bucket load of videos after that as well as the character bios that I've just mentioned. I want to make those as soon as possible because I'm very excited about those videos, and I'm a bit of a nerd. I know a lot about the Batman series. But thank you, that's been a fair video. Thanks very much if you stuck all the way through it. I'm excited about this game, I'm assuming you are too, so check back regularly, see my new videos. So thank you very much guys, and I will see you again.